This is not what this episode is going to be about, but again, I'm not diagnosing myself. I have ADD or ADHD. I'm going to be honest. I don't know the fucking difference. I know that's a simple Google search away. It's not important to the story. I didn't know that I had this because my whole life I was like, oh, I just like to do a lot of things at the same time, you know? Turns out I definitely have it severely. And it was the internet that brought it to my attention. They'd be like, oh, girl, you got ADD. And I'd be like, oh, that's funny. And then my friend, who is very well-versed in therapy, I go to her when I'm like, hey, what's a respectful way to tell somebody to like fuck off, you know? And she'd be like, oh, well, if you look at their upbringing, like she's that friend. I went to her and I was like, weird, right? People are blasting me on the internet for having ADD. And she was like, yeah, you're just figuring this out. So again, I am self-diagnosing myself, fuck off. Like I'm trying to work with what I have. Now knowing this, I'm trying to be hyper aware of it. My boyfriend, same thing, was like, yeah, Christina, that's why like you work till 2 a.m. because you have 85 tabs open at all times. Because I'll be like, oh, you know, I'll do the laundry and I'll come downstairs and I'll be like, oh my God, I need to organize all of my white shirts. And then I'll go upstairs and I'll dump out all my white shirts and then I'll find like a penny and I'll be like, oh, penny, I need to organize my money jar. And then lo and behold, it's fucking midnight and I have an empty fridge because I decided to clean out the fridge. I have dirty clothes everywhere because I'm doing laundry and I'm also doing like a new home project. So I'm trying to be aware of it so I can not be in that position. Last night, I am having a very intense conversation with my boyfriend. I'm like talking about work. There's a lot of things this podcast, you know, is happening. And I'm talking to him about this. And I'm like so locked in. And I'm like, yeah. And then, and I look over on the counter and there's a box of overnight oats. Overnight oats sent me PR. And I remember when I got it, I was like, oh, wow, I used to love overnight oats. I'm going to start eating those. That's what I should do in the morning. But they've just been sitting on my counter. And my boyfriend's like, are you going to fucking eat these overnight oats? Like they've been sitting on our counter. I'm like, I'm going to eat them, I promise. And my whole flow was interrupted because I looked over, I saw the box and I said, yeah. And I know, oh, I had overnight oats this morning. And so, yeah. And I stopped myself and he goes, I am so fucking happy you caught that because if I were to call it out, you would get mad. And I was like, oh my God. Fuck, how do I fix this? This is so bad. And here's the thing. I've never taken Adderall in my entire life ever. And I know that if I did take it, I would probably like get things done. My best friend's smirking because she did drop me off an Adderall last week and I've been saving it for a special occasion. I don't know what that occasion is going to be, but I was like, one day I'm going to take it and I'm going to clean my house. No, I know that it would be probably beneficial if I went somewhere and somebody was like, yes, you do have this. Here are your options. Maybe taking this might help you, but I don't want to be taking stuff if I don't need to. A, and B, I also think that while having possibly undiagnosed ADD, ADHD, whatever the other one is, you know, doesn't make me the most productive. I think that it makes me really creative. And my fear is that if I took something that made me focus on one thing, I feel like all my good ideas happen when I'm doing something else. And although that makes me mentally suffer, it makes for great content. And then also in this fucking conversation last night, I learned that it's free reign, not free range. I was saying play it by year for like the first, actually up until last year. And then somebody was like, what did you say? I was like, play it by year, like time. That makes more sense. They're like, it's play it by ear. I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. We'll play it by year, day by day, time by time. And I guess it's not free range. I guess that's like for chickens. But I was like, oh yeah, I gave her free range. And my boyfriend was like, what? I was like, free range? Did I fucking stutter? He's like, it's free reign. I'm like, I say that almost every single day. Because I'm always like, yeah, you have free range, you know, because I'm like a manager now. Like I have employees. And I'll always be like, you have free range. So either everybody is equally stupid as I am or no one wants to correct me, but I'm mortified that I've been saying that. Anyway, that is not what this episode is about. This episode, well, I'm talking shit. I just want to vent. I really just feel like I fucking deserve it. Remember that thing I said like, oh, you launch a podcast about how sometimes life is going right and sometimes life is going left. Sink or swim, bitch. What the fuck is in my eye? Sorry, guys. I have a piece of fucking hair that's been. Oh, I'm shedding. Hold on. Also, I realized that I lost a part of my hairline yesterday and I've been spiraling about it. It's absolutely diabolical. It's fine. Oh my God. All right. Sometimes life goes right. Sometimes it goes left. Sink or swim, bitch. I don't know if it's the universe, energy, God, again, whatever resonates with you. That's I like that. Okay, here you go, bitch. Go get through this. I don't know if that's what's happening, if the collective universe is challenging you, or if it's one of those things when you get a new car and then you get on the road and you're like, when did everybody get this car? You're just more aware of it. But dude, everything leading up to this has been absolutely diabolical for me. My fuse is very much affected by the little things. I feel like big things, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, oh my God, I need to fix whatever fucking hair is on me. I'm just overstimulated right now. I'm also ovulating. Okay. My fuse is very much affected by the little things. I feel like when it comes to the big things, I've gotten really good at being like, okay, not meant for me. Oh, I didn't book that job. C'est la vie. There's plenty more. The big things are easy for me to come to terms with. The little things, dude, there is nothing about me that is go with the flow when all of the little things are just getting so fucked up. You know that meme where it's me on my period and she drops the towel and she keeps trying to pick it up and she misses it and then she just sits on the floor and cry. That's me. That's me. And I feel like I'm by myself. What's 24/7? I'm by myself 23/6. Okay. It's either me by myself, me with the dogs, me on a plane, me by myself in a hotel room, or me spiraling in the bathroom. I'm not doing maintenance. I don't know. Maintenance is probably going to therapy, maybe talking with friends, maybe getting outside and touching grass. I'm doing zero maintenance. So what I do is I bottle it up, shake it up, say, nope, I'm fine. Everything is okay. And then I absolutely explode on an innocent bystander. So my fear is that that's going to happen any second now if I don't just let loose. So this is for me. Honestly, if no one watches that's fine. I just need to get it out. So number one, I'm having absolute beef with airplanes, which I don't think is special to me, right? Have you turned on the news? We're all collectively having beef with airplanes. What the fuck is going on, right? You turn on the news and it's plane crashed in Guatemala and you're like, that's interesting. I'm going to Guatemala in 3 days. Cancel my trip. It's absolutely obscene what's going on. And again, we're all going through it, but I travel so much for work now that it is at the forefront of my anxiety. All of these things that have happened were all leading up to this fucking podcast. So when I was being a little dramatic in the beginning where I'm yeah, it was just like a lot of things were this is what was going on. First trip of the year. Okay. I go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I go on a brand trip with Keels. I bring Shane. A lot of people are always like, oh, she never brings her boyfriend. Guys, I'm 32 years old. This is my job. Yes, it is usually very fun. Dude, there's still something on my fucking nose and I'm literally so overstimulated. I want to die. Get into frame right now. Find it. No, I know it's there. No, you're lying to me. Help me. You actually have a hair on you. Yeah. All right, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. I'm 32. This is my job. Of course it's fun. This is so sick. We get to do this for work, but this is my job. If I were doing this job at 21, 22, maybe I would be more in the mindset of free vacation. But for most brand trips, it's so fun. You get to see a really cool place. You usually get to go with really awesome people, but you're trying to juggle a lot at once. It's usually a very quick turnaround. You fly somewhere, you're only there for a few days, and usually the brand has a pretty packed itinerary from the second you land. So God forbid it's a different time zone. You're just powering through that. Then you might have some deliverables or work that you need to do, whether it be posts or whether it be things that you need to shoot while you're there. So you're trying to do your work and you're trying to be okay, this is my job. I have content. I need to do this. You also don't want to be that dick that's sitting in the corner on your phone the whole time because nobody likes that person. You're trying to be in the moment and make friends and talk to people. You're trying to connect with the brand. You're also just trying to enjoy the fact that you're in a really cool place. So you're juggling a lot. So usually I'm very depleted at the end of these brand trips. I try to be very selective about where I go. It's time away from my house. It's time away from the dogs and Shane and my friends, and I just tried to be a little bit more, again, because I'm 32. If I were 21, it would be a very different story. So I don't want to like bring Shane and be like, hey, can you just take 5 million pictures of me? And although he would, that just feels shitty. So I take Shane when it makes sense. This trip made sense. We were going to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's a dream destination for both of us. We both love Keels. It was a very low lift trip. They didn't have like a slammed itinerary. We ended up extending our trip for a day. So we got to do some extra snowboarding. Great. Had a blast. We get to Jackson Hole Airport, which by the way, if you've never been, it's literally one fucking terminal. It's a nice ass terminal. It's one terminal. And you have to dead ass walk to get to your plane in, 10-degree weather. So we get on our flight and we're there. And everybody's like so nice when you first get on a flight because everybody's just so fucking ready to go home, right? So everyone's like, oh, no, please take my window seat. Sit next to your daughter. Oh, can I give your dog some water? Like everybody's like super chipper. Yeah, that changed real fucking fast. We went from that to Hunger Games within an hour on this flight. Everybody's really chipper as fuck, ready to go home. In fact, homeboy gets on the microphone. Good news, folks. We have some good tailwinds. We're going to be getting you on the ground in Los Angeles earlier than expected. Fuck yeah. I text my dog sitter. I'm like, you're going to be relieved. It was like 2 hours early. I'm like, this is fucking rad. What a great day, right? I'm being nice to everybody. It's awesome. That energy slowly starts going away. And it's getting a little quiet. I'm like, all right, we should listen. You're telling us we're going to get there 2 hours early. We're taking off 35 minutes late. I don't know. I'm like, the math ain't mathin', but go pop off, King. I don't fly planes. You do. And now, mind you, this is already a much smaller plane that I feel comfortable being on. Like it's like I want to say 50 people on this plane. My bag does not fit above. So he gets on the plane after a really long, awkward pause. And he's like, we weigh too much. I need 10 of you fuckers to get off this flight. I go, okay, hold on. I have so many questions. First of all, what the fuck? It's 2025. You guys, you don't know how much the plane needs to fucking weigh for us to, shouldn't there be like a running checklist before you fly a plane where it's like, okay, everybody on plane, check. People sitting, check. Weight, check. Fuel, check. Okay, fly plane. Like, isn't it just that like kind of the protocol to flying a plane? So that already, I'm like, this is weird. Do I even want to fucking be on this plane? The homeboy doesn't even know how much we need to weigh to get off the ground. I don't even know if I trust this. Then it's like, wait a second. Is there a specific weight we need to meet? Like, because if you pick 10 toddlers, is it 10 toddlers or is it 10 John Cenas? You know what I mean? Like, what is the number here? Let's get specific. I need 10 people to leave this flight. Then he has the fucking balls. Now, it's not the pilot's fault. He unfortunately has to, fall on the sword here. We are going to offer you guys a $500 credit. Literally fucking fall on a fork. Jackson Hole is very expensive. Los Angeles, equally expensive. I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that nobody on this flight is creaming their pants over a $500 voucher to get off this flight and maybe get on another flight tomorrow, because I don't know if it was just this week or in general. There's only one direct flight from Jackson Hole to Los Angeles every day, and you just better pray you get it. So I'm like, dude, no one's going to get off this fucking flight. A single dad, or a dad with his child gets up. We cheer. It was like the one time that it's acceptable to clap on a plane. I clap. I look at my boyfriend. I said, could never be me. This man is a way better human than I ever could be. I'm not fucking moving. He gets off the flight. I think another girl gets off the flight. She lived there. She was like, I'm done with this. I'm like, honestly, pop off, sis. Then I swear to God, they're turning the heat up. They're like depriving us of water. They are increasing the stakes here. It's getting real Hunger Games. This woman next to me, she's like, well, this happened to my friend in Salt Lake City and they offered them $2,500. And dude shot that down. And I'm like, $2,500? People would start sashaying off this bitch. He was like, yeah, no, $500. She's like, I'm not doing that for $500. People are like, I have my child's dance recital. And like, I'm like, dude, all right. Like, we all want to get off this fucking flight. We get some people off the flight, but we're still overweight as a collective. So Mr. Pilot gets back on. He's like, all right, the remaining of people, if you do not volunteer, we're going to read your names off a list. And if we read your name and you do not volunteer, you get no credit, no transportation, nothing. I go, dude, this is fucking wild. Okay. They break out their little handy dandy clipboard and they start reading names. And people are just like, it's getting real dicey. People are just having to leave. At one point, they call a set of parents whose children were on the flight. And they go, hey, you got to call somebody else. Our kids are on this flight. Sorry. They had to leave. And then just when we think like, okay, are we good? We got A dude in the back, so fired up, he starts panhandling. You know when you go to church and they stick the basket down the aisles and they're like, well, whatever they say, money, you got money? I don't know who we're giving money to, but like, do you have any money? That's what he was doing. He's like, this is a disgrace. Those people got robbed. They got no money. We need to pile our money together to pay for these people. I go, this is fucking insane, dude. First of all, I don't got any cash. Like, I'm like, do you have Zelle? Like, this is so weird. It's like 7 a.m. What is happening? So like, he literally gets $65 fucking dollars. And he goes down every single. I just feel like a trash human. I'm like, wow, this really showed what kind of person I am. I did not volunteer to get off this flight, and I gave this guy no money. Kelsey's laughing her ass off right now. This is a fucking real story, guys. Dude runs off the plane waving the $65 to give to these people. I go, dear God, get this, fire the jet up. Let's go. Then, you know, my boy comes back on the mic. He's like, good news, folks. We are at the correct weight. We can finally leave. Awesome. We start rolling this bitch down the fucking lane. We are first in line to take off. My dude who loves his mic. You know what they say, folks. When it rains, it pours. That was his opening line. We don't have enough fuel. I go, dude, I'm going to be a pilot, honestly. I'm like, I think I meet the requirements to be a pilot here because I also forget everything. Like, we don't have enough fuel. We were just chilling at the gate for 3 hours. Not at any point was somebody like, hey, we got enough gas in this bitch to get us to LA. Not one time. So I had major PTSD about that. I was supposed to get home 2 hours early. I got home like 6 hours late. So that sets off. And now, mind you, this whole time I'm like, isn't it funny, Shane? Isn't it funny? I'm launching a podcast about how life does weird things. He's like, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Okay. So my second trip, Fashion Week, I go to New York. All right, listen, I just started doing the Fashion Weeks. They're awesome. Okay. The actual show, the 15 seconds that you were at the show watching people walk, you know, down the runway and you see the outfits and like you get to people watch and see cool people wearing cool clothes. Awesome. Really love it. Everything else around it, shots to the adrenal glands. Like I have never experienced in my life. It's just constant to your adrenal glands. 48 hours at a Fashion Week, I'm no joke, feels like 6 weeks in like camping. It is exhausting. It is unlike anything I've experienced, mainly because everything is last minute. It's so fucking last minute. And it's not like, oh, I'm making a salad and last minute I forgot tomatoes. Let me run to the store. No, it's last minute. Like, hey, 15 minutes, you can be at a show in full glam sitting next to your idol and then have a bunch of people take pictures of you, even though you feel like absolute shit. And for somebody like me, who is such a planner, I've really been trying to learn to not like be like, I'm out, you know, I'm trying to be flex. I'm trying to be flex here. But I have a very particular way I like to get ready. I like my hair a certain way and my makeup a certain way, and I don't like to be rushed. All things that do not go hand in hand with Fashion Week. So it is to your adrenal glands. Okay. New York Fashion Week. Great. Had a great time. Last day, I have an experience that made me feel a little weird. I'm somebody that overanalyzes, overthinks. I will brew about things for 5 to 7 business days. Think about all the things I wish I said. Think about like, did I do something weird? Why was that like that? I had a situation where I thought I was being a good friend and like helping a lot of people. And it ended up feeling really icky. And if you saw the video of me on TikTok, it was when I was in my bed, like eating pizza at 3 a.m. So I go to bed 2:30, 3 a.m. I have to be up at 6 to get to the airport. And on top of it, I am shot to shit. I get to the airport, and now mind you, everybody at the gate, you can just tell that everybody was at Fashion Week because we are a dilapidated group of humans. Like everybody just looks like they need a shot of vitamin C, or at the very least, a bottle of water. Like it is a scary looking crew. Okay. We're all just like, were you here for that too? And they're like, yeah. I'm next to Sutton Stracke. She's also going through it. I wasn't up to date on Real Housewives, but she was really going through it. I was fucking going through it. We were just all going through it. Okay. We get on the flight. Again, everybody's doing the same. Hi, how was your time? Oh yeah, no, here, give your dog some of my water. No, please, it's fine. Take my eye mask. It's okay. Right. We're being like real cutesy and nice. So we're all shuttling on, and we're taking a little bit longer, and I start getting PTSD. And like 5 minutes prior to this, I was just telling people at the terminal, like I was just talking to anybody that would listen to me speak because I was just going through it. And I was telling people about the Jackson Hole story. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just like this. What's going on with the planes, right? Planes, man. So I just was telling that story. I start getting a little nervous when I'm on this flight because I'm like, it's about that time where dudes should get on the mic and be like, prepare for takeoff, whatever they do, right? Prepare the cabin. The flight attendants should start sitting and putting their seatbelt on. That's not happening. And you know something is going to be wrong when the pilot does that really awkward millennial pause at the beginning where it's like you just hear it turn on, but you don't hear anything. And you go, oh, this is not going to be good. So he gets on, he does his long millennial pause. So folks, we had a little bit of an incident. The dude who drives the fucking car, you know, that brings the suitcases from point A to point B, yeah, he decided to go X Games mode and hit the fucking engine. I go, Jesus fuck, man. So the pilot tells us this in like a way more politically correct way. He's like, yeah, well, we have a little issue. He's like, I don't want to get you folks off the plane. I look over, I go, we're getting off this plane. I'm Karen mode. I'm looking at anybody. I'm like, we're getting off this fucking plane. We're getting off. I don't want to get you guys off. So we're sending a mechanic. I go, dude, you hit a fucking engine. Also, do I even want to be on this plane? We have a bunk ass engine. I don't even know if I want to be here, to be quite frank with you. We have someone coming over. They're going to fix it. I'll update you in 15 minutes. I look over. I go, it's not going to be 15 minutes. It's not. It was not. In fact, 15 minutes. It was an hour. He comes back on. He does his long, awkward millennial pause. All right, folks. So it appears as though we do not feel safe taking this plane, but not to worry. Dude throws in a Delta plug at this moment in time. He's like, don't worry, we're Delta. We have so many planes. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with your Delta plug right now. Like, no one here, we're not doing that. You're going to come around to with the credit cards? Like, just get us home. Don't worry, we got plenty of planes. Great, awesome. We're going to just get you off this plane, get you on a new one. We're Delta. We have 1 million planes, and they all have fuel and correct engines. All right, great. We get off this flight. Not a big deal. We get off this flight. We get out of the gate, check into a new gate, get on new said flight. Great. We start making jokes. Oh, let's try this again. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to take my laptop out just because that's what I did last time. Maybe it was bad luck. Like, we're all just being fucking obnoxious. We're sitting on this flight, and I go, something's feeling a little fishy here. He's taking a little bit longer. I see a couple of mechanics walking on the flight. I go, what's going on? Did we hit the other engine? What's happening here? My boy gets back on the mic, and he says, so our new issue, trust me, guys, I want to get you to LA I want to get to LA just as bad as you. I go, okay, save the fucking bullshit. Give me the issue. Our new concern here is that we are concerned that the food that we brought over, when catering brought over your new food, that it was sitting out for too long, that it might not be safe to eat. It is 20 fucking degrees in New York right now, okay? It is a ice box. Your shepherd's pie that is cooked is going to be fine for the 20-minute commute of getting it on the new fucking flight. A. B. This is a plane full of Fashion Week people. Give them a shot of vodka and a couple almonds. We'll be good to go. Get this shit off the ground. I'm like, oh, Jesus, fuck. Don't worry, we're just gonna run a couple tests. You know what the tests were? All of the flight attendants were at the front of the fucking plane sticking thermometers in the food. I kid you not. I missed this. My manager texted me and said, look at the front of the plane. I peek over. I see all these fucking bitches sticking thermometers in food. I go, is that even sanitary? Like, it's fine. Everyone, like, we were so ravenous. Everybody's like, it's fine. We don't need to eat. It's fine. We have snacks. Like, let's just go. Like, people are like willing to die on this flight to get home. If you can guess what happens, we have to get off this fucking flight. The lady in front of me turns around. She's like, there's like one more flight leaving in the morning. There was like 2 spots left. She turns around. She goes, yeah, I just had my assistant book me the flight for tomorrow. I go, okay, what am I supposed to do with that information? Awesome. Good for you. Like, cool. You're rich. I'm happy you got ahead of that. Weird. Just weird. Okay. So we get off this flight. There's no plan. They're like, yeah, guys, we're going to get you off this flight. We'll update you whenever we know what's going on. Okay, great. So we get off the flight. Sutton looks at me. She goes, I'm fucking going to the Delta Lounge. I go, honestly, queen, pop off. She's like, oh, maybe I'll see you in LA. I'm like, great. We're all running around. But Delta, don't worry. We're starving. Delta gave us a $12 voucher to go get food at the airport. $12 fucking dollars. So I go get a burger. The lady that's taking my order is pissed at me because I wanted no tomato on my burger. Like, that was the biggest controversy. She's like, you don't want tomato on your burger? I'm like, no, I want to go home. I want to go home and I want a plain fucking burger. get back to the terminal, and now like the ladies running shit at the front, like the gatekeepers, they start getting real defensive, but which they should, because we are ravenous and we're taking it out on them. And they're like, I just want to be clear. This is not our fault. We're doing the best we can. I'm like, yeah, you tell them. They're like, listen, we're taking the same plane. The flight crew had clocked out. We have a new crew coming. If you can look up, she was like, she started getting sassy. She's like, if you look out your window, you'll see we have a new crew coming. The new crew, they are coming. She goes, however, I go, oh my God, we need to re-clean the plane. But we were on there for 10 seconds. They need to re-sanitize it. Now, listen, I don't know how this shit works, but I know that our terminal is right outside a Buffalo Wild Wings. Throw some people in there, get a couple party packs, throw that bitch on the fucking flight, and let's go. I ended up getting to LA 9 hours later than I was supposed to. Okay. So at this point, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And like, I say life's a joke in the moment. Like, oh, it's funny. It's not funny in the moment. It's not funny in the moment at all. There was a screaming fucking baby on my flight. I was so sleep deprived. I was so hungry that those little things sent me into the stratosphere. Okay. Then this isn't a plane issue. This is a me issue. After that, I go to Paris Fashion Week, which again, this was, oh my God, I was there for a week. A week at Paris Fashion Week, I aged like 6 years at the very least. Okay. I never got on the right time zone. I was eating croissants and smoking cigs. Like I thought I was all Euro. It was just, you know, I was doing other shit that wasn't great for me. I am very prompt. You need me to be somewhere, I'm there. You need me to do something, I will do it. Like I will stick to my word. I will get shit done. I'm very organized. This was very unlike me and also goes to show how out of mind I was. On the last night, we had to leave our hotel at like 6:15, the fucking latest. We were an hour away from the airport. It's an international flight. My manager who I was traveling with wasn't feeling well. I needed to make sure we made this flight. I couldn't stay in Paris for another day. Also, guys, again, if you're seeing this out of context, I have a piece of hair on my nose. I don't do blow. I've never done blow in my entire life. And I know that there is a discourse on the internet because I'm tiny and I have a lot of energy. I've never done blow in my entire life. And you can put that on my grave, bitch. Okay, I just have a piece of hair. I feel like in LA, I need to clarify that the flicking of the nose is usually because I just have a lot of boogers, but right now it's because of the hair. Okay, now we can move on. So I need to be up and be left. I make the mistake the night before of being like, oh, I'll pack the rest of the stuff in the morning. Every night before bed in Paris, I was rewatching The Office. So I have on my laptop a charger that's always there that I just plug my phone into. And I'm watching The Office. I'm like nice and cozy in bed. I don't know what kind of lobotomy I had during this, but I was like, oh, you know what? Instead of rolling the fuck over and plugging my phone into the wall, that's literally right here, I'm going to plug it into my laptop. I've never done that in my entire life overnight, but let me do that the night before an international flight. So I plug in my phone, I go to bed. Well, my laptop dies. I had no idea that my laptop was on like fucking 5% when I did this. So my phone dies. So my alarm never goes off. So I wake up to a doo, doo, doo on the fucking door. But we have blackout curtains in the hotel room. I also feel like I had only been asleep for 10 minutes. So the only explanation at that point was somebody is breaking into my hotel room. It's 2 a.m. I walk to the door. I open it. It's my manager and the bellman. And she goes, we need to fucking go. I go, hello? What time is it? She's like, it's 6:35. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So she runs in. I'm the type when there's like chaos and things are happening because I get so overstimulated. The best thing you can do is just shut the fuck up and don't look at me and don't speak to me and just don't move. But she's so helpful. Like she's like on the Enneagram, she's literally the helper. So she comes in, she's like, what can I do to help? I go, I love you. Shut up. Sit down, don't talk to me. She's like, okay. And like, she just is like a sad little puppy is like sitting on her bench with her bags. And I'm just running around the room like the Tasmanian devil. I'm throwing out coats. I'm throwing out sunglasses. Like I don't have enough room. I'm just throwing shit out. Okay. But that was my fault. That was not the fault of the plane. What was not my fault is that after that, I go to Mexico. At this point, you guys are like, you're making this shit up. No, this all happened, by the way, in between all of these trips. I literally had 2 days. Okay. And I don't do well. Again, I'm not 21. I don't do well with like, oh my God, we're going to Ibiza and then we're going. I don't fucking roll with that shit. Okay. So I'm going to Mexico. I'm shooting the biggest campaign of my career thus far. I'm going to be in a bathing suit for 12 hours. I want to look and feel my best. And I will tell you about the weekend right before this whole travel day, which made this 10 times worse. Basically, I'm on my period. I'm up at 4 a.m. to go on this flight. This flight is almost 5 hours. Then we have to take a 2-hour car ride to a ferry. At this point, I break out into hives. I've had chronic hives. I haven't had them in a very long time, but I have been hospitalized for them because I'm very petite. And when I get them, the blood rushes to the surface so fast that I faint. I start getting these in 100-degree weather in the middle of Mexico on my period with no food in my system, running on no sleep, with no Benadryl on me, no Claritin, nothing, on a wet, stinky ferry. And the dude next to me was dousing himself in cologne. I wanted to fucking clock him in the head. I was like, dude, you don't need to do that. We're going to a remote island. There are no cars here. It's mosquito land. Put your fucking Ralph Polo Lauren, whatever the fuck you're wearing, away. So then after that travel day, we were like, fuck it, we'll take a puddle jump. Not even a puddle jumper, because this shit can't land on water. A tiny ass rinky-dink plane back. It was the first time I successfully meditated. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even fucking kidding you. I almost shit my pants. I was touching cotton. I was sitting in the front because I literally looked at the pilot I got in the plane. I go, so you do this a lot? He goes, this is my second flight. I'm like, that's a funny joke to make right now. And he like thought it would be cute. Like this was a Disneyland ride. Like I was driving the fucking, what's it called in Boston? The little thing you drive? Duck tour. The duck tour. It was like driving the duck tour in Boston. Like, you want to sit in the front seat and drive it? He was like, you want to sit in the front seat? I was like, okay, I'm in the front seat. As we're like about to take off, he's like, can you shut your window? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm like shutting the window. My steering wheel's moving. He's texting at one point. I don't know what he's doing. He's on his phone. And mind you, all of the travel stuff had happened prior to this. I started having really bad thoughts. For literally 50 miles, we're just over lush forest. I'm like, at least over the water, I can like maybe get down with that. I just closed my eyes. I had to put my hands under my fucking ass because I literally thought a poop was going to come out. I had to like catch it. So I'm holding my ass cheeks. I'm closing my eyes and I'm meditating, and I successfully meditated. And it took me nearly dying to finally relax my brain. Okay. I just really needed to get that out. But then I don't want to give Shane credit. And I really hope this doesn't come off like I'm giving him credit. Shane doesn't leave town very often. I do. I leave all the time. I'll be like, hey, going to Milan, bitch. You got it? Perfect. I leave all the time. He never leaves. But on the very few times that he's left, everything fucking goes to shit. Always. It is like a guarantee. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, because I run the house. Like, I work from home. So on top of my full-time workings, I'm also taking care of the dogs, the laundry, like whatever household things need to be done, right? So like I feel like I run the house pretty well, and he also does well. Like he does all of our cooking and kitchen activity, which is great because I need to eat. But like I do a lot of shit. But for some reason he leaves, shit goes to fucking hell. He goes to Arizona. His brother lives in Arizona. He's like, hey, I'm going to go have a nice like weekend golfing. This is right after Paris, in between Paris and me going to Mexico. I had one weekend and then I was leaving that Sunday. So I was like kind of looking forward to it. I'm like, actually, you know what? I've just been having to be really social and be in hotel rooms. It'll honestly just be nice to be in my own bed, like with the dogs, and just I need like alone time. I'm very much like, I need to be by myself every, like at least several hours a day. Just isolated. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'm just desperate for this right now. I'm going to sit in bed. I'm going to watch SpongeBob, hang out with the dogs. It'll be great. The day he leaves, I go to boxing. I come back from boxing in the midst of Winston having a fucking 9.5 on the Richter scale seizure, essentially. That's not funny, but we don't know what they are. Winston has been having these neurological episodes since he was a puppy. Before you come at me, I've done research. I've gone to neurologists. He's gotten spinal taps. He's gotten EKGs, MRIs. I've changed flea and tick medication because there was possibly an ingredient that could be linked to neurological issues. Somebody wanted to say it was seizures, but then other people are like, they last 14 hours. It can't be a seizure. We've done everything. Okay. He hasn't had one of these episodes in a really long time. I've changed some things. We've moved. I've attributed a couple things to it. We thought it was anxiety at first. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They've been long gone. He is in the midst of the worst one he's ever had. Can't stand up, falling over. Like, I am panicking. I do not like whenever, and I've been by myself when Winston has had these episodes before without Shane here. I fucking hate not having somebody here with me when this happens because I go into vet. We have to go to the vet. Whereas Shane is very crawl, walk, run, which can be very frustrating, but also more times than not levels me out because it keeps me in check. So I call Shane crying, I gotta go to the vet. This is the worst episode. He's like, Christina, you've done this a million times. He will be okay. Just let him rest. And Every single time he's had one of these episodes, you have to just literally sit with him the entire time and let him sleep, and he eventually sleeps it off. But it was late at this point. I didn't want to sit and wait. So I stayed up all night with this dog and just literally like a creep, just slept with him like this and just watched him. The next morning, they happened to have a vet appointment. They needed some vaccines. I drop a fucking band at the fucking, several bands at the, and I have insurance, by the way. They needed some vaccines. They needed some anal gland expression. I'm in the room. Will is boot scooting all over the room. It smells like shit. Winston's freaking out. Drop a band over there. Perfect. Fine, we're good. We go back home. I'm like, my goal this weekend is I do not want to leave Winston. But also, there are things that I need to do that I would like to do before this campaign, like get my nails done, maybe see the sun so I'm not translucent in a bikini. Not only things that would make me feel better, but also things that you kind of just like have to do before you are doing a giant fucking photo shoot. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to leave and go to the nail salon. I'm going to pay someone to come here, which is like very bougie, to do my nails. I spent like $300. It is like a subpar manicure and pedicure. She is the sweetest woman ever. The manicure was like mid, right? But like, it's fine. Here's the money. I just need the peace of mind that Winston's okay. The next morning, Winston starts feeling better. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go get an IV drip, which I get before I travel. I literally just get vitamin C, glutathione, some extra hydration because I don't drink water to help me not get sick because I travel so much. I make it like a priority. That's something I do when I know I'm going to be traveling. Now, I go a couple times a month. I have the same nurse. We're like homies now. She loves dogs. It's cool. It's chill. We go in, you sit on a couch, you know. I never bring Winston. I never just like bring Winston anymore anywhere because we have Willa and it's hard to bring both of them and I don't want to leave one of them. So I used to bring Winston everywhere and now I leave them together. But I was like, I'm going to bring Winston this time. He can sit on my lap. It'll be fine. I drive all the way over there. It happens to be the one day that the nurse that happens to be there who I've never met is deathly allergic to dogs. Okay, that's fine. Go all the way back, bring Winston home, go back to the appointment, have it, which is supposed to be like a relaxing detox appointment. And I'm panicking, watching my Ring camera like a Karen for fucking 45 minutes. I go back home. I'm monitoring Winston and he's getting better. He seems okay. I'm leaving. I have to be up the next morning at 4 a.m. to go to the airport. I go, fuck it. I never got to go outside and see the sun. I'm going to go, oh my God, what is in my eye now? Okay, it's fine. I just had like a fucking hairball in my eye. I'm going to go get a tan. I know that's terrible. Oh my God. I just want one little tan. I just want a little base. Okay. I'll wear a hat. I just need a tan. The tanning salon closes in 15 minutes. Okay. Get in my car. I back it out of the garage. I tap the garage, break the entire system, the sensor, the whole system, kiboshed. I have to now call somebody to pay him $215 to basically just move the track 2 inches backwards. By this time, the tanning salon is closed and I haven't eaten. So I Postmate a burrito. I go upstairs from this whole situation and Winston is eating his puke out of my nice rug that I just shampooed. And I start cleaning that up and Willa takes a shit on it. And I fall to the ground and I start sobbing. And all of those little things, I can't take it anymore. So all of that led up to my travel day in Mexico. I laugh so I don't cry. And it's funny now, but it was not in the moment. Sorry, I'm like really going on I'm really going off here because like I just am realizing how much stuff is pissing me off. There's something else that's pissing me off is having Ring cameras. I now rent a house, so I have Ring cameras. That's what you do. I have one like at my front, I have one on my back, one on the side. It's nice. I have a whole little interface that shows me like your backyard and whatever. And anytime I get like a motion notification, I'm like very much caring about it. I'm like, who the fuck is at my door? And then it's like a squirrel. I'm like, yeah, better be. Okay. So I like it. It makes me feel safe. I'm monitoring it. You know, I'm becoming a little obsessive about it. But I'm still fucking normal. If you don't have Ring has a like neighborhood forum on here, which I subscribe to. I want to know what's happening because in my mind, it's like basically everybody in the neighborhood or in like your proximity, you can set it like, hey, everybody 3 miles away from me has this like blog forum that people can like write, give alerts, updates, whatever. In my mind, I was like, this is important because it's going to tell me like lost dog, found dog, murderer in the neighborhood, don't drink the water, it's toxic. Copy. You know, like that's the stuff that I feel like we'll be talking about. Motherfucking Christ, guys. This Ring is showing me how incompetent people are, more so than I thought. It's also showing me what it's going to feel like when I live in like a neighborhood and I own a house and like everybody owns a house. It's just like a bunch of fucking Karens. A pet peeve of mine is when people don't know Google exists. Like if me and you are going to a restaurant for the first time together and it's both of our first times and you're like, hey, do you know if there's parking? I don't fucking know. Google it. Like just fucking figure it out. Okay. That's what this ring is. People will be like, no fucking joke. Does anybody know if those were gunshots or fireworks? No, Nancy, nobody knows. What do you think? Someone's going to respond and be like, yeah, actually, I was the one that got shot in the head. Can confirm it was a gunshot. No, like it's the 4th of July. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume it was a fucking firework. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding you. Like the shit that people fucking ask on this. There's a really weird smell. Yeah, you live by the beach. It's called high tide. If you opened your fucking weather app, you would see it's high tide and that's what you're smelling. Yeah, it's a really suspicious smell. That's my whole and I fall for it every time. I open it up. Oh, ring notification. And then it's just some bitch asking, literally this morning, it was like, there was a lot of commotion by the Chick-fil-A on X Street. Does anybody know what's going on? Lots of concerned neighbors. Like, you need to get a fucking job and use Google. We're not doing this. Okay. So that's just like part of growing up and now renting a house, which is, I'm very fortunate and I love it. But all of these things that I have to do now, and even like some of the Karens in the neighborhood, there's like a certain way I have to take out my trash. And like people got mad that I took it out too early and the raccoons got in. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I just started doing this shit. Give me a second. Like there's no crash course on how to learn how to do this. And then there's one other thing that's been pissing me off. And no, it's not one other thing. Everything literally pisses me off. But I hate it when I am talking to somebody and I am in the middle of talking to them and they pull out their phone and they start doing something on their phone. Number one, because I have ADD or ADHD. Again, I don't know the difference. Okay. So when you pulled your phone out, I lost track of the rest of what I was going to say. A. B. Now I'm really fucking insecure because now I'm like, shit, my story isn't interesting. So now what I have found myself doing, because people do it all the time, is I will just throw in a random lie that makes the story. I'll be, then my nipple fell off. And then people what? And now I have to commit to this narrative for the rest of our relationship because my story wasn't interesting enough for you. I felt really good. I really needed to bitch. I feel like I need to do this at least once a month where I just bitch about everything. Because again, I'm not doing the maintenance and I end up popping shit off on literally anybody that will listen to me. So this was good for me. I'm exhausted. I'll be here next Thursday. I promise I won't be bitching. I have a story that I want to tell so bad. And in order to tell, I need a screenshot. There's one specific screenshot that I need. And I can tell the story without the screenshot. But the screenshot really lends itself to how fucking insane this story is. So my mother, who is a galaxy woman, I know. We're working on it. Okay. She like also, she's always like, the quality is so good. Everybody at the Geek Squad talks about the fucking, I'm like, okay, Carmela. So I just ordered her. My mother keeps everything. So I was like, Mom, I found the date of when this happened. I know I sent you the screenshot. I need you to find it. She was like, yep, okay, I had the Galaxy S4 or S6 during that time. She showed me a picture of them. She's like, but I can't find the chargers. So I just overnighted her Galaxy chargers from Amazon. And my mom's going to charge these phones and see if she can find the screenshot. And if she can find the screenshot, this is a fucking hell of a story. So until then, say la vie. I'm going to go take a shit. I love you guys. I'll see you on Thursday. And thanks for letting me bitches. I was just told from a colleague off camera that I'm supposed to remind you guys that we have socials. We do have socials. They are Life's a Joke _pod. That is on TikTok and Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Life's a Joke with Christina Kirkman. I'm on all places you can listen to podcasts, and I am Christina Kirkman. So you can also follow me or not. You can block me. I'm on Instagram and TikTok machine. Is that good enough for you? Thanks. Bye, guys.